Puja, greetings. I am Sehu Khepera. Welcome to our early morning ancient Egyptian devotional dedicated to Goddess Net in all her mystic forms, gods and goddesses, who are derived from her transcendental essence. The liturgy, which you will be able to see on screen, is recited in the ancient Egyptian language, the Mereneter. English and Brazilian Portuguese translations is provided for you. You can see these translations on screen directly below the hieroglyphic text transliteration. You are welcome to participate by chanting along in your worship space, home, or wherever you may happen to be during the service, or you are also welcome to listen quietly in a contemplative mode. Following the devotional, known as Uwashu in the Kemetic language, the recitation of the liturgy and meditation, known as Uwa in the Kemetic language, we will have a brief wisdom known as Rek in the Kemetic language, teaching by Sehu Khepera, leader and priest of the Neter Temple of Net. Before we begin, please remember to mute all devices. We will now begin. Presented on the screen at the moment is a stone-carved depiction of the facing pylons of the Temple of Net from the statue of Henak. On the left and right sides are the pylons in which one of the symbols of Goddess Net sits atop of a papyrus standard. Her emblem is her two arrows crossed and tied to her shield. This symbolizes the protection and resurrection of the soul within this place. The temple. Behind the emblems of Net on both sides are the flags, which mean neter, or divinity. In the center of the pylons, at the bottom, is the opening to the temple, and above that is a pyramidal structure which symbolizes the four equilateral planes of the universe and the mystic number 4. Above that, at the very top, is the cow hieroglyph, which means rising. It symbolizes the sun rising between the mountains, the Aket symbol, and for the initiates, the emergence of spirit consciousness. Net nesumer puneter eminem. Jedef nesu hatepti net perkeru. Menket mert hep seg nep enkaem. Geri hep hertep ssn. Het net. Inat. Rin f jeta. Net nesuma punater emine. Jedef nesu hateptinet perkeru. Menket mert hepsed nep enkaen. Geri hep SSN. Het net. Ena. Ren F jeta. Net nesuma pu. Netter emine. Jedef nesu hateptinet perkeru. Menget mert hepsed net enkaen. Geri hep SSN. Het net. Ena. Ren F jeta. Net nesuma pu. Netter emine. Jedef nesu hateptinet perkeru. Menget mert hepsed neb enkaen. Geri tep SSN het net. Ina Ren F jeta. Duamu. Gerefuben FM heru akuti. Anate shirkina. Nefer nebuben. Duamu. Gerefuben FM heru akuti. Anate shirkina. Nefer nebuben. Duamu. Gerefuben FM heru akuti. Anate shirkina. Nefer nebuben. Duamu. Gerefuben FM heru akuti. Anate shirkina. Nefer nebuben. Ari Jetsekert. Says Fufu. Kef Uru. Nesudi hatep net perkeru. Didi eskau abamuneb nefer shepsi. Et net atep. Nesudi hatep net perkeru. Didi eskau amuneb nefer shepsi. Et net atep. Besuti hatep net perkeru. Didi eskau abamune nefershepsi et ne ote. Besuti hatep net perkeru. Didi eskau abamune nefershepsi et ne ote. Tua imshamsu, in neberger, Sehu Khepera, Dua asar, nebrestal, paut neteru, aat ami netekert. Anatet hir kekenti, amentet, unefer ab abdu. Matentu ai, hu anek arati, restal. Seteka seker, aku sari nahas. Ubed center, set mk, def, sit neter, oni entet, hena yash neter, asar, erdit endek, en ari heru, hena herm me, endes, ari heru, aus, uatepi. Ari sech, ab, ua neter, abu pen ha asar, abu pen asar, spur em heru. Arit pert, nehas, sa wajit, pa neter, asar ari heru, het en, aset, abuyen, tutre. Dujeyan, aset sam, ujat, setep sa her amseti, enti, amsa asar, sa amseti, asar amseti. Leduje nebehet, tapsheta, ari besa, her happy, enti sa asar, sa happy, asar, hu happy. Meduje yan, net seduara, semesha ru, net Ari Maket En Dua Mutef Enti Amsa Asar Sa Dua Mutef Asar Pu Dua Mutef Meduje Yan Circuit Inka Ke Sekedet Sa Ru Neg Ari Maket En Kwepsunet Entet Amsa Asar Sa Kwepsunet Asar Pu Kwepsunet Yanatura Emnuen Duacheta Yanatura Emnuen Duacheta Nebuchadnezzar Anatet Hirke Asar Putra Makti Sake Setu Sake Nebuchadnezzar Anatet Hirke Asar Putra Makti Sake Setu Sake Nebuchadnezzar Anatet Hirke Asar Putra Makti Sake Setu Sake Nebuchadnezzar Anatet Hirke Asar Putra Makti Sake Setu Sake Adi Jensukert Adi Duaker Tao Washu Net Net Duanet Sefekera Senuet Net Net Duanet Sefekera Senuet Net Net Duanet Sefekera Senuet Net net duanet sefekera senuet. Amun mun ansu amun mun ansu amun Su Amun Mun Su Om Amun Rapata Om Amun Rapata Om Amun Rapata Om Amun Rapata Om Asara Seheru Om Asara Seheru Om Asara Seheru Om Asara Seheru Peruma Keru Peruma Keru Peruma Keru Peruma Keru Ase 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 Amaira Nepe Anpuja Sene Arineteru 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 Dua Ra. Nuke atien Khepera. Nuke atien Khepera. Nuke atien Khepera. Nuke atien Khepera. Heru, 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 heru. Dua tu heru, 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 dua tu heru. Nuke Nebiger, Nuke Nebiger, Nuke Nebiger, Nuke Nebiger, Nefer Tra in Aton, Nefer Tra in Aton, Nefer Tra in Aton, Nefer Tra in Aton. Makeru emba nebeje. Makeru emba nebeje. Makeru emba nebeje. Makeru emba nebeje. Nuke uakua. Nuke uakua. Nuke uakua. Nuke uakua. Nuke mat. 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 Nukmat, 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 Nuked, 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 Nuked. Asa, asa, sa, asar, 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 asar. Asa, asa, pete au ank ger uas, ena nefu kepitu, embaat en jasu, sunu en hotep. Aset ua suja heri, suja menut nebu sen f sen asar, aset hetepi, suja au yitu yasor. Nesheshu nebu emuhu shemu met metu ta'u sep nebu nesteta ua menti eru kut teken anat tesu ken ena sefa hara digit kat ena asar peta keperi medut ra kat nefi asar keperi uahai uaker. Nuc asset, perque nayet, ret enau seter, samedu en Jehuti, tep maat, pet, ta atert, aset neter, nefer, ger, pu anxesque, sd a ament, sa enken, pu fnn, au f, ready f, nepkep, dit hetep, Fher, ft-ent, and f-tawi. Uahai, uaker. Keruma, keru. Keruma, keru. Keruma, keru. Keruma, keru. Nerai mesra. Nerai mesra. Nerai mesra. Nukepra emduau ra emahau temu ami mesheri. Nukepra emduau ra emahau temu ami mesheri. Nukepra emduau ra emahau temu ami mesheri. Uahai uaker. Says netter. Netter. Boom. Netter. Digessery. Teachery. Netter. Netter. Boom. Netter. Digessery. Zishery. Netter. Netter. Boom. Netter. Digessery. Zishery. Netter. Netter. Majesty, Zisheli, Washadi, Watefaha, Aha Emete, Oh, tap, 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 tap. Peace, 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 peace. Tap, dua, tap.
Uja, greetings, Satnahas. There's a question in the chat. You know, perhaps you can answer it. Attack.
Let's see the show. How should we pronounce the standing as witness affirmation? Is it M-A or E like the sound in it? M-A or E? M-A or A? It would be the latter. M-A or A. But,
Do a Satnahas. Now we will. Okay. Uja, greetings, everyone. So we'll continue with our discussion, our current dissemination of a scene that is located in the great Hypostyle hall of what is now referred to as the Karnak temple. We are here. This is the whole scene, how it looks. And we are above, the text that we are discussing is above the head of this divinity, Jehuti. So we are discussing the text above his head. And we've reached to line 4, which is about right here, somewhere around here, which discusses this scene that is antecedent to it, that's in front of it. And it's relating to the action that these 3 divinities are performing. They have a net, and they've captured a flock of birds. And we discussed the psychospiritual implications of catching the birds and processes on how to go about going about it and making it effective. So here is the scene of the capturing of the birds enlarged. The 3 divinities are Kunum, the royal personality, and Heru. And we don't have time to go into it fully, but there is a goddess above the head of the royal personality who is presiding over and energizing the royal's action of capturing the birds. but that's a highly technical area. But basically that's what's going on. So we are now at line 5, and to give an idea of where we are in the text, that's here in this line, which it's highly damaged. So it is hard to say. Anything below this line is difficult to say. So we will treat what's above the line in this region. And this line is going to inform us of the results of this action. Lines 3 and lines 4. What happens when you perform that act. And in line 4, the principle of nect was brought forth, nect, and that's an important principle in relating to line 5. So you have to hold this in mind, nect. Now we'll go to line 5. So again, anything above this line, we're going to leave alone. And everything above this line, we're going to treat. Leave alone because you can't see it. It's, it's damaged, and only one glyph remains. Se nehep en ke aru. So se is right here. Nehep is here. And ke aru. The aru is in this region. This process of capturing the birds, that is to say, controlling of mind and denaturing of negative emotional states and conditions, causes renewal in spirit consciousness for you. Your renewed awareness of spirit consciousness is a new clearing, a new field of ascertainment, which is your new apprehension of spirit consciousness being. Thus, you are now aware of higher consciousness, residing in this new field of awareness, in which one realizes the illusory and fabricated nature of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. I'm going to circle emotions, because there's something to say about that. This higher consciousness renewal is your true nature. The unending flow of thoughts and concomitant musings concerning the mundane are not your true being. There are reflections in the mind, like when a pebble hits a pond. There is a deeper underlying reality of which you are, the stillness of the sitting pond. You are now on the path to the renewal of this higher consciousness renewal, to the unperturbed mind. I circle emotions because emotions are not necessarily negative. You can have positive emotions and feelings. The idea here is through this process of capturing the birds, it leads to a realization that if you capture the birds and you ascertain your thoughts and feelings, in the mind, and you shine your light of concentration on the formations of your thoughts and feelings and emotions. What you'll soon come to realize is that they are illusions, they are fabrications that are coming from the principles of the unconscious, meaning the karmic basis, the Aryu that is lodged in the unconscious, is the fuel for your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. If a human being, which is mostly all humans, develop the erroneous posit that your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are real, abiding realities, then your personality is going to act through those thoughts, feelings, and emotions in a manner that brings forth the misapprehension of your personality as an abiding reality. And you're going to think, I feel this way, so this is real. My emotions say this about this, so this is real. But upon close examination, your mind can exist without thoughts. So if that is the case, and metaphysically that is the case, then it means that your thoughts are illusions. Your mind can stand on its own as pure, pristine mind. And that's referred to as Jehuti, the pristine mind that is its own cosmic nature in and of itself. But to bring forth creation, that cosmic mind has to create an idea of what the universe is. So the universe is a concept in the mind of the divine. Reflecting back to you, to an individual human being. An individual human being's mind does not have the same capacity as the cosmic mind. It has the same potential, but not the same capacity in an unenlightened condition. Meaning that due to the process of the Aryu, the normal human mind is unaware of its own mind energy nature, its own mental self. So then the ego ascribes reality to the thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And that's a misapprehension. Because in said condition, you're then controlled by your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. If you were to realize your cosmic mind self, your own Jehuti nature, you would realize that you exist without thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And if you take that, if you abide in your cosmic mind nature, and you take that cosmic mind nature to its source, you realize that the true essence of the mind is the spirit. And that relates to the divinity Pata. Pata represents the essence of mind. Similarly, like Jehuti. So if you capture the birds, and that's metaphorical language for controlling the mind, what would happen is that the power of your negative emotional states and psychic conditions will start to become denatured. They'll start to break down in power and force. And what would arise would be a new feeling. And that new feeling is a feeling of attunement with the inner underlying reality of mind itself, which is the spirit consciousness. So this process of controlling the mind leads to a renewal of spirit consciousness awareness. And when you renew something, it means that something was there that was lost that you're bringing back. And that's what essentially has happened to you as a human being. There's a higher consciousness that was there that became obscured by egoism, that you're trying to renew to realize the depth and the beauty of self. So your renewed awareness is like clearing a field. You know the field with all the weeds and the grass and everything that's around it. You clear the field. The term here, Adu, means field. And it's relating to Nehet, which means renewal. So it means a new field. So a field that has been cleared and renewed. Or if you have a plot of land that you've been planting monoculture on it and the nutrients were taken out, and then you change and you start planting different kinds of plants, you renew the soil. It's a renewal, a new enrichment, using the kind of metaphor. So your renewed awareness of spirit consciousness, which is now an apprehension of spirit consciousness being. So the spiritual personality realizes that there's something about yourself that is transcendent of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. What happens is that the thought, feelings, and emotions are in the forefront of your perception. And that creates a veil, a shield, between you and your awareness of your spirit consciousness being self. If you were to clear out the thoughts, feelings, and emotions, you would realize that there is something behind them that is absolute and referent to them. And what I mean by that is that you would realize that there's something that is absolute and unchanging relative to the actions of the mind that are insubstantial and constantly changing. And the insubstantiality of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions means that they're illusions, essentially. So how you develop positive thoughts, feelings, and emotions is through the cleansing process of the unconscious, through lots of chanting of divine name, chanting of Hekau, and lots of meditation. And by doing so, you develop a deeper feeling of affection for the divine. And if you practice qualitatively, you will remove negative states such as hatreds. You hear people say, well, I hate this, I hate that, and it can be something as benign as, I hate waking up early in the morning, or I hate vanilla ice cream, or I hate chocolate ice cream. It's something benign, but they're still expressing hatreds. And then you have your deeper hatreds, your more caustic hatreds, hating other people, because of how they look, their race, their ethnicity, their gender, whatever. They're hating, 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 hating. And those are negative emotions that are blinding the person to their deeper underlying reality. And when a person goes through this process, that emotion and feeling and desiring for hatred, is removed. So they don't hate anything. So it relates to opening up your fourth energy center, your center of divine love. So you can disavow an action, but you will not hate a person. Because how can you hate something that is essentially yourself? And that's the problem with people and their hatreds, their racism, their misogyny, all of this kind of thing. These are people that are they're in the depths of the darkness of delusion. But you don't have to be there with them. You capture your birds, you purify your mind, you apply the teaching, and you renew your higher consciousness, awareness self. You discover that your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are essentially fabrications. They're built up, made up concepts in the mind based upon the Aryu that is laying there in the unconscious. So the idea is to purify the unconscious. And change your musings about life and reality. There's saying such things such as, this is real, or my feelings are real. All of this is negative musings. That you have to assert the reality. So you have to assert, when you assert the truth of the nature of things, you're asserting ma'at. You're applying ma'at to the situation, the circumstance, the feeling, the emotion, the energy that is flowing through your body. You're applying ma'at to it. And you're applying truth to an illusory principle. The illusory principle will have to acquiesce to the truth. And therefore you can dig deeper within the self to realize the underlying mystic truth of being. So the mind in and of itself is like a lake. And some lakes get very placid. The oceans here also, in the Caribbean and the islands, at certain times of year, you wake up early in the morning, you go to the beach, and there are no waves. It's very placid. And that is a metaphor for the true state of mind. But let's say you throw a rock into the lake or very placid ocean, it starts to ripple, or the ocean starts to make waves now. The waves or the ripples in a pond in which you throw a rock, those are your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. But what happens when those ripples subside, or when the waves subside? What is left? Total, full placidity. And that is the true nature of mind. So the true nature of mind is not the thoughts. The true nature of the mind is when it's in its most placid state. And that's your cosmic mind nature. When it's not imputing the conception of ideations and of creations onto space-time. The placidity of mind. So if you discover the true nature of mind, you're one step away from discovering the true nature of the essence of mind, the truth of mind, which is the spirit consciousness behind it. So you go in steps. You realize that the thoughts, feelings, and emotions are illusions. to discover the pure placidity of mind, which is like a transparent energy. And then you discover that that placidity of mind has emerged from a deeper underlying spirit, consciousness, self, essence. There's a true self. And that's how you renew your ascertainment of the truth of the nature of mind and the truth of the nature of self as spirit consciousness being. Okay, I want to say thank you for everyone who joined the presentation of the documentary that we did for 14 viewings over 7 weeks. So dua for you for that. And I'll talk more about it in the AEM class this afternoon. So until we meet again, dua everyone. Till we meet again. Hit